Hello everybody. How are you all? I am here. Let's see. Well, it's Saturday first of all, and I'm here to do a little bit of work in my stab binding Silk Road theme journal. And I've done some prep work today. I've actually been doing a lot of prep work today. And some of the stuff that I have done is I have some digitals I saved these so I would remember. I got some from the Digital Collage Club, and I have a membership. This is a membership, and you can get like a lifelong or a month-long, I think it is, or maybe it's year-long or lifelong membership. Totally worth it. She's got some really great digitals, and once you're a member, you can download anything you want, and you can use it in things that you sell, which is great. And then I also have some from Pink Monarch Prints. And then I also have some from Artymaze. And so like that's an Artymaze. I used some of the Artymaze. These are backgrounds. So what I did is I took a lot of the little square accent ephemera pieces, and I backed them either on the mulberry paper or on Andrea's background papers, or I think that was it. I used background papers for backing, or I used mulberry paper for backing. So there's some really beautiful images here that I plan to use as like focal points on cards or for popping into envelopes and things. So I have those. And while I'm thinking of it, I want to take a second to talk about glues. I've been really struggling again with glues. And I have used the Aleene's tacky glue, and I have the Fabri-Tac 3-in-1 glue, which are great. And then, you know, I have our glitter glue. Here's our glitter glue. I got my winter supply. And then I have glue sticks. And isn't it the darnest thing that I think this is probably the best actual glue that I have to use? I love it. It's fantastic, but it drives me crazy that it does not last very long, and I have to go through so much plastic. So I was complaining about that, and Tracy Fox reminded me about the Cocoino, which I know Rachel had used before. And it comes in this little pot, and it comes with a little brush. And it actually smells really nice. I love the smell, and I thought this was going to be great. However, when it dries very crusty and not at all flexible. So then I was on the paper source because, oh, this is another thing. I bought myself a tab punch because who can find or bother with the whale tail punch? And I had been making my own tabs for a while. And then I saw this on someone's channel. I forget who now. And I went out and bought it, and it's fabulous. I've never had an EK Success tab punch or any kind of a punch before. It weighs a ton. Fabulous punch. Very happy with it. I have a bunch of tabs here someplace. Oh, here. Yep, made a bunch of tabs. And then, so I saw this, and I thought, ooh, glue in a pot. Maybe I can use a brush, but I need to get some wax paper or something. It's just the same. I mean, it's great. It's wet glue, but I need someone to invent a pot of glue that contains the glue stick glue. If anybody knows about that, it would be the answer to my prayers. Okay, back to what I've done. So these, I believe, are also Artymaze, and I printed them on, just on copy paper. Oh, I might be lying. These might be, no, I think these are Artymaze. Oh, I'm sorry. Pretty sure they're Artymaze. So I printed them on copy paper, and then I used my calligraphy ink to just tone down the whiteness of the background. So I figured I would use those. I can use those to glue onto tags as focal points and things. And then I also did some cutting out of some bases. So for some of them I used a die cut, but then I said I realized I really didn't need to use a die cut. I could just cut them out and use my handy dandy tag shaper. And I made some, and some of these are like the double-sided Stamperia paper. Some of them are like the single-sided DCWV whatever paper. And if it was white on the back, I used the ink wash. This one, there's one in here that's I made a flippy one, and I just used some washi tape across the fold, and then used the ink wash in the inside to tone down the whiteness. And I thought there were a couple that I glued, maybe not, glued some of the mulberry paper to, but I guess I didn't need to. And then some of these are just straight out Stamperia tags, journaling cards that come in the pack that you just cut them apart and they're already done. So yay. So I have those. And the other thing that I want to do is I really want some flip outs. So let me show you two other things that I have already done. So I've created some of these. These are going to go in here, and they're going to attach to the edge of the page, and they're going to flip out. And I have glued some of that mulberry paper to the backs of these, because this was that thinner DCWV paper, and I really think that came out quite nicely. So those are going to be flips. And then I also played with, oops, where'd it go? I played with some origami envelopes, and I settled on this one. I think this is going to go in here. And this is a really thick, I backed this. This is two sheets of the thinner white backed paper that I turned into a heavy duty card. So I was thinking that'll be the front thing, and I'm going to glue that on as a belly band, and I can have an embellished tag, and then you can open up this mulberry paper, and I figured I will have one of those other cards in the center there. So this is like an origami envelope out of mulberry paper. So there's that. And then I want to find some places in here that I want to put these flip outs. And I want to put them fairly evenly spaced. So maybe I could do one. Maybe one here. That's very busy. That might need a calming one. So this is kind of, I could do that. And that way it would kind of calm down that busyness. So that's a possibility there. And then let's see, for the dragon, maybe I could use the ladies, and then the dragon would be a little bit of a surprise. So I could use that there. Getting kind of towards the front. I'm going to have my card on the front. So maybe I use this one here. I know that's really like, whoa, but I could calm that down with a pocket. And then you could open it up, and that could be writing space. I like that idea. Okay, so how does it look from the top? It's moderately well spaced. These two here are a little close together. Maybe I should move that one up. So you'd open that there, and then maybe I have like some little origami thing here that unfolds for writing. I can do that. And then I think that will make it look more evenly spaced. I wonder if I should move that green one back a bit. I'll find something else to calm that down with. Well, that's kind of interesting. They both have the gold writing. So let's see if I lift that up. Yeah, that looks like it's a little bit better spaced. I wonder, I'm probably being silly. Oh wait, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to move. That was there. And those two looked good. And then what if I move this one up just one? I don't want to cover up the birdies. That'll be fine, because I'm going to do other things. All right, so let's put this in. I have to figure what I'm going to do to attach those. I have some different ribbons and trims here. So from like boho journal stuff, I have a lot of leftover beautiful, just absolutely stunning scraps and fabrics and things from when I've done boho journals. And while I don't want this to become a straight out boho journal, they are Asian fabrics. These are definitely fabrics that would have been traded along the Silk Road. I'm just looking in my bin over here to the side. I have a ginormous bin. I also have some just straight up plain silk here in a strip. It's nice and thin and it won't add too much bulk. But let's see. I just really love this one with the peacocks. Ugh, so cool. These are just so pretty. So the Silk Road, I did some research, and it started out as the Persian Royal Road, and it was in existence from several hundred years before the Common Era. And it was a time, it sounded really interesting, it was a time when the West and Asia were really discovering each other, and there was a free flow of goods and ideas both ways. So obviously silk and spices was the big one. Silk and spices and horses, and that's kind of interesting. Flowed both ways along the road. And ideas and religions, and I mean, it just sounded like a really interesting age. Gunpowder made its way to Europe. Leatherworks made their way east, saddles. And then, I forget now. Oh, I kind of like that. All right. I think I'm going to use that there. So I'm going to put this aside and I'm going to glue it onto this page first. So can I fit both of those sequins on? Yes, I can. I'm going to glue it so I get both of those sequins in here. Okay, so now I'm going to use my 3-in-1. Oh, I can hear my husband went to pick up my daughter. That's another story. So yeah, so it thrived for hundreds of years. And then, and Alexander the Great conquered or invaded a whole bunch of lands, and kind of created this road that went from lots of little factions of roads. Hi. Hello. I'm doing a video. Little bits of roads to kind of a free-flowing highway. What? No, I was disinvited. So my son is having homecoming tonight, and they gather at in the next town. It's a regional school. It's got 3 towns, and they gather at the lighthouse in the next town over, and they take pictures. And he said, "Oh yeah, Mom, you really don't need to come. I'll send you pictures." He's a senior. And then afterwards, they're going to go have some dinner, and they're going to go up to the school. And they're having it at the school, but outside. Okay, so I think, oh, that looks quite luscious, I believe. Okay, so that's one. And that's going to go in. Oh, no, I lost the page where I was going to do it. No, I was going to do it here. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it on the back there. Like that. So anyway, then there was some emperor who decided to shut down the Silk Road, and I forget why. See, I need a piece of something to stick underneath there to catch any extra glue, so it's get on the book. I'll do it like that. Okay. And because the overland road, now this was much, much later, the overland road was shut down. That's what spurred the age of sail and discovery and colonization by Europeans who were out trying to find a way to trade with ports, eastern ports, but to bring the goods back over sea instead of overland. And that led to colonization of North America and South America and the Pacific Islands, and a whole lot of strife, and which I thought was very interesting. So what I'm holding on to as I think about this is the time when the ideas were free flowing and you could travel. I guess maybe that's what this is spurring from, is my desire to travel. Wouldn't that be fun to travel the Silk Road, the modern Silk Road, in safety? Not that they could, but still would be cool. There. Okay. Oh, it's going to be an alligator mouth. I think we just need to realize it's going to be. It is what it is. But I think that looks kind of nice. And I can put something on here, and that's going to be writing space. Okay. Giant flippy bit. Okay, giant flippy bit number 2. Is that, and maybe this piece of fabric. It's got the reds and the green leaves. I think that looks quite nice. Do I want it to go like this? See if we fold it. Do we want that side or do we want that side? I think I want that side. Okay. So I'm going to pull that out and glue it down. And there are, if you look online and you go looking for maps about the Silk Road, I mean the roads, the myriad of roads, they start in like Turkey, right along the border with Greece and the Med, and then they extend through what is now like Afghanistan and Pakistan and India and Tibet, and they extend down through India and in through China, and then there's like a northern route across the steppes, and I know I'm going to lose that little bit, but I want to make sure that I get those 2 red flowers. And then there were like routes that went down through Southeast Asia. Just so cool. I'll try and look up again why there was an emperor who became kind of isolationist. Chinese emperor, I think it was, became isolationist and shut it all down. Can't remember. But that one act, it's amazing to think about how that one act of shutting down the overland route of the Silk Road brought about so much. Okay, so that is going to go like that. Like that. So then I need to check. Just checking. Checking. That's so pretty. Oh, and then there was the whole, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on as a tuck. There was a whole thing about silk itself, and it was a very closely guarded secret how the Eastern countries produced their silk. And there was a story about, there was a couple of traders who dressed up as, I think they were dressed up as monks or something, and smuggled some cocoons out. Because there were very strict laws then about, like, the folks who were on the road weren't allowed to keep any silk. Oh no, it was spices. I can't remember now. Shoot. I'm a scientist, not a historian. But it was all kinds of very highly contested espionage kinds of things going on, but with the spices and with the silk worms and the cocoons, and for a long time the Europeans had no idea whether it was a plant that produced the silk or what it was that actually produced the silk, until the cocoons were smuggled out. Okay, I like that. And I like how, I don't know if you can see the whole thing. I like how the red here and these flowers is picking up the red over here. And this green is similar to this green. And you get just a hint of it on this page here. And when you open it up, ooh, I'm enjoying that. That's, happy with that. Ooh, and it's going to make for a really interesting edge as well. Okay, let's find our last one. I stuck that here. Okay, so now, what are we going to use for this? I have this, but that, I mean, as much as I love it, it doesn't go. So that's a no. I have straight out gold trim. This feels very modern and synthetic. So well, that looks nice. I'm not sure about that. I have this. Ooh, what is this? I have this beautiful piece and this piece. This is very pink. I actually kind of like this one. I think because I don't know why. I don't have a good reason. I like it though. I just do. Okay, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to glue it down on this side, and then I'll do the whole tucky thing on the other side again, because it'll actually extend quite far into the other side if I do this right up to the edge there. It'll open. Yep, liking that. Okay. So yeah, so we have about my daughter. The kids each have a car that they primarily use, and then we have a car. And we bought our daughter a Prius when she graduated from high school because she decided to live at home and commute. So we wanted her to have a reliable, safe, fuel efficient car for commuting to school, because she was actually saving all of us, pardon me, quite a bit of money by living at home and commuting. Well, she was commuting back from school the other day, and some idiot decided that he couldn't wait to pass the obstructions in front of him and pulled out into oncoming traffic and hit her. Well, they kind of collided. And he was cited, and it was his fault, and she was fine. No one was going very fast. She braked it all. Nobody was hurt, thank goodness. But we are now dealing with insurance companies and claims adjustment and waiting for police reports. And oh my goodness, it is quite the nightmare. I mean, it could be so much worse. I know. The car could be so much, it could be totaled. It's not. It's going to be fixable. She's safe. He's safe. It's good. Still a nightmare. I mean, not a nightmare. I shouldn't use that word. I apologize. It is a headache getting everything squared away. Okay. Oh, I really like that. I'm happy with that. Okay, let's see what it looks like in. I think it was here, wasn't it? Is that where we decided? Yeah, that's what, even if that wasn't, I like that. Okay. So now I'm realizing it probably would have been good to do this ahead of time, but I was so excited to get the stab binding done. That's okay. All right, so I'm going to put glue along these 3 edges, and it's going to form a pocket. Let me just get the approximation here. Okay. So is everybody out there? How are you all? How's your weekend going? I hope it's going well. It's going well here so far. We're going to order from Rose and Vicky's. I would prefer mushroom pizza, please. Normally we do our takeout night on Friday night, but last night was my son's 18th birthday. Oh, I can't believe I'm the parent of all adult children now. It's quite... I think I'm having I was telling my friend, I think it's harder for me to adjust to that than it was to turn 50. But anyway, yeah, so we had a little birthday party, just his girlfriend and the family. But when we FaceTimed with my folks, and we FaceTimed with my husband's mom, and my sister-in-law sent a giant care package type box with like every kind of Oreo cookie. Like a whole package full of Oreo cookies and gummy bears. Which I thought was lovely and adorable. I didn't know. Did you know that Oreo cookies come in birthday cake, and they come in peanut butter, and they come in lemon? I mean, like, I didn't even know. I knew they came in mint, but which is not my favorite. But so yeah, so he had steak and potatoes and broccoli and salad, and he was the only carnivore there. The rest of us are vegetarian, so the rest of us had like steak meat and broccoli and salad and potatoes. It was very yummy. Okay, so oh, I think I just glued a page to a page. Let's not do that. All right, so I have my flips. That's how it looks. Ooh, that looks kind of interesting from the side, doesn't it? Does that focus? Yep. So a little bit alligatory, but we can handle that. All right. So that is my addition of flippy pages to my Silk Road journal. I was doing a little research on, I wanted to try adding some writing. Yeah, I'm happy with that in here. And I was looking online. I don't know how to do calligraphy. I'm going to try. I'm going to see what I can do. I'm going to do some origami, do the envelopes. And this is what I found. These are all different ways of writing peace. So I'm hoping to incorporate that. I think I've butchered it. This was my first pass. I'm going to try again. And I'm going to practice, but this was a thought that I had. I'm going to try this. So let me know what you think. And I hope you're all well. Please, if you wouldn't mind, give me a thumbs up, a like, and leave a comment and subscribe. And I hope you have a great week. Bye-bye.